Hello, I'm Jeremy from the First Aid Team, where we teach people to save lives. Today's topic is catastrophic bleeding. Those massive bleeds that if we don't get them under control very quickly, people will bleed to death. Indeed, you can bleed to death in as little as 3 minutes from a major arterial bleed. Now, in companion videos to this series, we've looked at professional and improvised tourniquets. But you can't tourniquet non-compressible parts of the body, such as the neck, armpits, abdominal region, or groin. So we might be faced with having to pack a wound. Now, if you have your first aid kit available, of course you can grab the dressings out of there, take them out of their pocket, their packaging, and literally cram them into the wound. If you don't have that available, you might have to improvise. So anything compressible. You could use a tea towel, a polo shirt, a nappy, sanitary towels perhaps. But when faced with a significant injury such as this represents, we need to clean the wound out using, I would suggest, gloves obviously, gloved hands, get all the blood, the clot, the muck, the grunge out as best you can. If we're using HSE dressings, then grab the ones out of your first aid kit, unpack them, and literally pack them in, starting with the point where the major bleed is, and shoving them in as many as you can, and keeping that pressure on. We need to keep that pressure on for a minimum of 10 minutes, because that's how long it takes blood to start clotting properly, is a minimum of 10 minutes. Clearly in this situation, we're going to be on the phone, we're going to need urgent medical assistance, we'll be asking for the ambulance service to attend scene as quickly as possible. Keep that pressure on. Once we've got the bleed under control, then you could bandage all the way around the affected area, such as the torso, to help keep things under control. If you don't, as I said, have the luxury of formal dressings, then improvise with anything absorbent. You can get some specialist dressings. Now, these are not normally part of a first aid kit. You can get Celox granules. These are exactly what it says. They're a granule. We combine them with blood, we clean the wound out, rip the sachet open, pour these over the clot, over the blood, and they force clotting to take place at an accelerated rate. Depending on exactly what you're using, it can be as little as 1 minute. Once the clot's formed, again, pack. You can invest in full-blown hemostatic dressings. This is just one hemostatic dressing, there are others. This is the sort of packaging. Take it out of the packaging, and when we get it out, you'll find that it's Z or concertina folded, something like this. This is just a bit of crepe bandage mocked up. So again, clean the wound, and don't just shove it in. We need to feed it in, keeping pressure on that bleed at all times, filling the wound as best we can, top to bottom, keeping lots and lots of pressure on. And once we have everything in place, we need to make sure that we keep pressure on that wound for, in this case, a minimum of 5 minutes, because Celox can force clotting to take place in as little as a minute, but we need to keep plenty of pressure on. And if you do use a formal hemostatic dressing, or indeed the Celox granules, please ensure that when the ambulance service attends scene, that the packaging is handed to them, because they need to know what's going on. So there you go. Hemostatic dressings, catastrophic bleeds. I'm Jeremy from the First Aid Team, where we teach people to save lives.